WAC Fast Break Extra. I'm Kendra Sheehan. Today we have a very special guest joining. It's Boo Boo Benjamin from Tarleton State, the sophomore guard. And Boo Boo, I know it has been a exciting new year. You guys open up conference play, getting a win over UT Arlington. You put up 21 points in the victory. Take me through what was working for the Texans during your first conference opener.
Thank you for having me, but it was really just the defensive pressure, not letting them get into their sets like they wanted to, speeding them up, forcing them into turnovers and converting on those turnovers, just really, executing the game plan on the defensive side of the ball.
Now, I know this team had a lot of injuries early on in the non-conference slate. Where is this group in terms of number of people able to play and those guys getting back from those injuries?
Yeah, we're getting there for sure. Obviously we're still missing Freddie, who's going to be, a real big addition to our team. But, like we're starting to really turn the corner right now with our team. So we're getting really excited.
Where do you feel like you've made the most improvement from the offseason that you're starting to see a little bit in the non-conference slate and really take hold, especially going down this conference schedule?
I'll for sure say my consistency on the offensive side of the ball. And alongside that, just, trying to be a more complete player, playmaking, rebounding, focusing on defense, just kind of being, locked into all aspects of the game.
And Billy Gillespie back at the helm of this program after having to take some time off last year. What is your relationship with Coach and this coaching staff that allows them to help bring out the best parts of your game?
I love Coach. He stays on me, every single day. He doesn't, give me any excuse to not be the best version of myself that I can be. So, I'm really appreciative of that.
What was your guys' focus during the non-conference slate so that you guys would be ready, especially with this first matchup against UT Arlington?
Obviously it was a, pretty difficult schedule, on paper, but kind of just with our young team, just kind of learning, how to execute with each other, learning, our chemistry, kind of getting comfortable on the court as a team.
Yeah, you mentioned the non-conference slate. You guys had a gauntlet of a schedule. What did that do for this team in terms of playing in some pretty cool arenas and playing against that high-caliber talent to get you guys ready as a team with so many newcomers to feel like you guys have that cohesive connection?
I'll for sure say the main thing it did for us was really build up our perseverance as a team. It was really up and down, obviously, as we saw, but just being able to stay together as a team, even when it went like this or went like that, so we can roll into conference play, ready for anything.
And obviously, just celebrated the new year, and I know you guys are in season. What were you doing at midnight when the ball dropped? How were you celebrating 2025?
I'm like, well, I was in my bed sleeping. I can't even lie. By then. But nah, we had a little celebration with our teammate, with the team, so we kind of just stayed together. Obviously, we still have practice and everything, so we're together for the holidays for the most part.
Coach Gillespie would be very proud of that answer. In bed at midnight sleeping. What were some of your goals? I know usually in the new year, some people make goals, they make vision boards. Not more of a guy thing to make those vision boards. But what are some of your goals that you have personally set for the new year?
I think the number one goal on my mind is winning the WAC right now, really. I feel like we have the team to do that. Once we get everyone back, we're going to be really, really good. So.
And now a little bit more about you and who you look up to. Tell me about some of your mentors that have helped you throughout your entire basketball career. It doesn't just have to be from Tarleton State.
My parents for sure have been a really big influence on me. Them being, immigrants from South Sudan, showing how they worked hard to get me to where I'm at right now is a real big motivator for me. And then outside of that, one of my coaches back home, Eddie Richardson, he's been a real big influence on my path being here. So it's been really, one of the bigger people that have influenced my life.
What's something that he has told you that's stuck with you through your time in college?
For sure, just staying down. Obviously last year, I wasn't on the court as much, but being able to learn from older guys, see how they approach things, approach practice, approach games, you know, just the concept, just staying down until I'm, given the opportunity was a real big thing that really rolled with me last year.
You mentioned your parents and how much they've had an impact on you. How often do they get to come to Stephenville, if all? Have they ever been to visit you here?
They've never been able to make the trip yet, but hopefully, in the new year they'll be able to come down. So.
And growing up, who was some of the players that you looked up to or tried to model your game off of?
Growing up, my favorite players were Russell Westbrook and KD. So, Russ's intensity and KD's ability to, score the ball have really been, something that I really looked up to.
Have you gotten to attend any NBA games in the last couple years to be able to see some of your favorite role models in person?
I went to one. It was, I think, 10th grade. We went on a trip to Cali. So we went to go see the Clippers play. That's the only game I've ever been to.
We got to get you to some Mavs games, maybe up in Dallas.
Yeah.
What's the best part about playing at Tarleton State? Being a sophomore, you've been here now almost 2 years, and I've really got to dive into the community of Stephenville.
I would say it's exactly that, like just the community of Stephenville, like the, unwavering support. Even like in the middle of the holidays, we have, a pretty good crowd out there. The community really supports, our basketball team.
How is the new arena coming along? I know I've seen different videos and footage of it, and it's coming. What is it from your perspective?
Yeah, that's going up like way faster than I would have expected. We were able to see a little bit of it couple weeks ago, earlier in the year. But yeah, they're really getting to that fast. So.
Oh yeah, were you one of the ones that had put on that hard hat and did a tour?
Yeah, it was Freddie and I. Yeah.
Very cool. Tell me the best food spot that you have found in Stephenville. What's the go-to spot for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. There's a Mexican spot called Azteca that we really like. We've been going to after practice, so that's probably number one for me right now.
Tekka, okay. What's in the headphones before a game? What's your pregame hype music?
Before games, I kind of like listen to like more like just like chill stuff like before the game, like kind of um, keeping myself calm before the game. But right now, I've been really liking that new little baby album. So
Okay, I'll need to go listen to that. What is your favorite sport to watch outside of basketball, if you have one?
I would for sure say football. I played a little bit when I was in middle school, but it wasn't really for me. But I like watching it a lot. So
What position did you play?
I played safety and wide receiver.
Awesome. And what is one way that you have found, especially with a group of so many newcomers, the best way to bond with your teammates?
We play a lot of video games together. That's probably the main way that we really bond. But also just being so close together in age, it's kind of just like we relate to so many things. Like obviously last year we had an older team, and this year, we got a lot of freshmen, a lot of sophomores. So just like it's just kind of natural the way that we bonded with each other.
When you have a team with so many young players and you're one of the returners, how have you felt like you've needed to step into more of a leadership role, being that you're playing more minutes than last year and guys are certainly looking up to you?
Just kind of knowing that I had to have a big role for us to win this year. So I just kind of, made it, put it upon myself to kind of just be the leader on this team. So.
What is your leadership style? Are you trying to be more of that vocal leader, or would you rather be the silent worker that everyone follows? Hey, look at this guy in the weight room. Look at this guy, coming in on time, coming in early, getting extra shots. Which is your leadership style that you prefer?
I've always kind of been just more quiet guy, just, leading by example. But this year especially, Coach G has kind of made it an effort to make me talk more, to make me be more vocal, be, kind of like Freddie, Freddie's like a real vocal leader. He's always talking, kind of just like emulating what he does.
What's going to be key for this team to make a run in conference play and be able to get to the top of the standings like your 2025 goal?
I would say just staying consistent, especially on the defensive side of the ball. That's what's really going to win us games. Obviously, like I said, we have guys coming back, guys kind of getting back into their groove, but our consistency is what really is going to carry us, forward.
And lastly, you have one conference game under your belt. You'll go another one Thursday and Saturday. What's the focus specifically this week in practice as you prepare for another WAC team?
Just kind of staying on the defensive side of the ball, staying sharp with that, and then also tightening up some things on offense that, we didn't really like too much on Saturday. So, yeah.
Well, Boo Boo, we wish you the best of luck as conference play continues to roll on. Thank you so much for joining, and next time we'll probably talk, we'll be in Vegas.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for having me.